Clear this. Clear this. Clear this. What's up, Dean?
Hey, Jimmy Jim.
We haven't talked since it seems like we haven't talked since last year.
It was our Christmas gift to each other, wasn't it?
We didn't do a Christmas special. I feel bad. I got my little hat.
Yeah.
I got my Christmas hat. I got, I got the surfing Santa right here that was my mascot.
Huh?
For that, come on, he's stoned. He obviously.
There it is.
But I mean, he's got his Bermudas on. So
he can't wait to get back to Aruba, can he?
Yeah, no kidding. I'd like to get back to Aruba. It ain't happening this year.
My nephew and his wife just went. They went 10 days the day after Christmas to St. Martin. They went to St. Martin. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about. I'm just nervous about the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
It just is what it is. I'm not nervous about COVID, but I'm nervous about somebody's like false positive and being me with COVID and making me quarantine for 14 days on my 14-day vacation. It just doesn't thrill me. And I flat guarantee you that wherever they quarantine me would not be as nice as the resort where I was originally booked.
Maybe they would say, just stay put, just stay where you are.
Yes. And they might also give me the winning lottery ticket for the national lottery. They could happen. Yeah.
Why take what you
that's
got
the ticket
somewhere else? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So any big things? What's up, Sonny? What's up, Christina? What's up, Leslie? Rhonda? Oh, hey, do you like our background? Because Leslie is the one who made it. Mr. Leslie Emmanuel Andrew is the one who made this amazing background for us. Wow. So if y'all want a cool background made like this, go ahead and hit up Leslie. He'll do a great job. Met him through Christopher Voss. What's up, Frederick?
Nice.
April's here. Awesome. So, good golly, Miss Molly. I just got off of the training call for the people who bought Russell's book. I mean, not Russell's book. People who bought the No BS newsletter and Russell's Behind the Scenes newsletter through my link. We just did a really cool call. I'm writing a column in the No BS newsletter. I got to write the next one this week, each month. And then I'm teaching a class each month on the topic of the article, an extended training. So it was pretty cool. And also something pretty neat going on there. I'm going to have the opportunity to interview Dan every month for an hour. Russell and I are going to tag team him for 2 hours. Russell's going to take the first hour, and then he's going to come up to the side of the ring, slap my hand, and let me in for an hour with the master. So I'm pretty excited about that. Be interviewing him about specific copywriting stuff each month. So that's pretty neat.
Calling Dan out on the mat.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The copy man.
That would be like me, wrestler going after Hulk Hogan or something like that. I mean, that's a good way to get shot.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, I'm not going on the mat with you. I'm just going to shoot you.
Yeah.
So anything interesting happen to you business-wise or otherwise over the holiday? Any
well,
cool
working on my wife's funnel. She's picking up some great coaching students for her Astrology Secrets Masterclass, teaching
Astrology
women.
Secrets. That's cool.
Yeah. So she's teaching women how to read astrology birth charts so they can do readings and for paid client to get paid to do it.
That's cool.
Clients. Very cool. Yeah. So that's fun. I just picked up a new client yesterday in a real fascinating industry. So writing an upsell video sales letter for the client and some email sequences. So I always like, I like to be challenged about in industries or niches that I may not be familiar with.
Mhm.
And it scares the daylights out of me taking something on that's new that I'm not familiar with, but it's, it's growth. I look at it as, okay, I'm scared as I'll get out. How can I learn about this industry? How can I get behind the minds of the people who want this stuff or who want to buy it or who want to learn about it? So it keeps my chops sharp.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that? Rob Reiner yells that in some movie. I can't remember. You can do it.
Yeah.
Was it Joe Dirt? It was. I don't remember the
don't
movie.
remember.
Okay. Anyway, I know you can do it. I did something I've never done before this past week.
You said thank you to somebody.
No. I said please. I bought an ownership interest in another company. I've never done that before. I've never
Good.
given somebody money to buy
Really?
a little chunk of their company, and also became
Isn't that
in an instant became one of their biggest customers at the same time.
really? Isn't that called investing in a stock?
Okay, well, not in a startup. How about that?
Not in a startup. So this is somebody you knew or got to know personally, and you said, "Let me invest in your company."
Yes. And so it is in conjunction with something that we're already doing. So it's going to help take something I'm already doing to the next level without me having to invent this part of everything. All will become apparent very, very shortly. I can't really say anything else,
Sure.
but everything will become apparent. But I've never done that before.
So this is cool. So this is actually performance based. Because returns are what you're doing. I don't know if they're paying you anything to do this, but you're saying I will supply this for a piece or an equity share.
No, I actually gave money.
I see.
And then but it's going to be cool. I'm excited. So
good.
It'll be good. It'll be good. So this is just this 2022 is going to be a very, very, very interesting year. And I here's why I think so. Now, everybody who's here with us live, I'm going to ask you for real. Okay. So if we look at God, that's so annoying. I feel like I'm baked or something. Not that I would ever do that. It all started back in 2019, Dean. Something happened. Not going to go into it. It's got the number 19 in it. But then we had 2020. And then we had 2021. Am I the only one that feels like this was just one giant freaking year from hell in a lot of respects? Like there was no end to 2019. It was like 2019 became 2020, became 2021. And there was just like no, there was no break. It's just one big pile of crap.
2019 to 2021, a year to forget.
But I really feel like 2022 is all new. I really feel like this year is going to be I'm not saying this was bad, but I'm saying this is just going to be better.
It could be fantastic if you don't read the news. If you stay away from any news outlet, any media, regardless of your politics, just stay away from the news. You will have a great year if you focus on what you love and enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that is very good advice. And we have really stopped absorbing nearly as much news as we were. Because I didn't used to be in the habit of like old people watching news all the time, like old people, that's all they do is watch the news and bitch about the news. And then in 2019, when we were all, told to stay at home, in the prison, what was there to do? You were trying to watch the news, find out what the hell was going to happen. Because I was wondering. I was basically wondering for 2.5 years when the 2 weeks was going to be over.
When can I get out of prison?
Yeah. When is my 2 weeks to flatten the curve done?
Roll. When's that happening?
Exactly. So I got in the habit of watching the news. I really did. But the problem is most of the news was nothing that was going to help me. So now it's kind of like, is it going to kill me? Is it going to steal from me? Is it going to run me over? Is it going to make me? I mean, if it's got like basic stuff, like unless there's a hurricane coming or a blizzard coming or a blight, several trillion grasshoppers heading towards my yard, which is still not very well seeded, I'm not going to worry about it so much. Mongol hordes, yes, I want to know if they're thundering down 14 towards my little beach bungalow. I'll, arm up and get ready against the bows and arrows. But pretty much anything else, I don't give a crap what anybody else is doing. I don't care.
For the summer, you've got your laser fly swatter. And for all seasons, you have your flamethrower. That's all you need.
Dude, I have had so much fun with the fire pit and the flamethrower because we zero kindling. You know how you got to like chop up kindling and do all this stuff? No, I'm putting full-size logs, just stacking full-size logs in that thing and then just hitting that thing with the flamethrower. And it's like instant party. It is the best.
Well, I spend 10 minutes every morning at our wood stove with kindling and paper and lighting the fire. So you're way ahead of me.
Now, okay, let me say that the flamethrower is only for outdoor use. This is not, I don't want anybody using it inside their house or like in their wood stove and then wondering why the house burnt down.
From Uncle Jimmy here. Don't do this at home.
No indoor flamethrowers, okay? Oh, that'd be fun. One day when the weather warms up a little bit, we could go outside with this and I could demonstrate it. That'd be fun. Who wants to see me demonstrate my flamethrower live? I'll probably get thrown off of Facebook. At least one of these platforms will ban me. So, oh well. As long as I don't mention the C word or anything, we're good.
I think you're good. But the point is, going back to 2019 to 2020, the longest year ever, stop reading the news.
Yep.
On 2022, the new 2022, you don't need to read the news. It's time to make your own news.
Oh, I like that. Make your own news. I like that. How would you do that, Dean?
Hunker down and focus on whatever your passion is. Do what you got to do. Be disruptive in your own head, in your own mind, in your own implementation. Do what you want to do. Do what needs to get done without listening to all the noise that's out there, without the distraction, without being influenced by whatever anybody says, medically, politically, financially, whatever the market, whatever the trends, culturally. Get out of the woke.
But you should pay attention to your market, though. Pay attention to your avatar and your target market, and don't just. There are a lot of really poor yoga teachers on food stamps. You don't just follow your passion. Follow your passion where it intersects with the market willing to pay for what you've got to offer. Right?
You get it. You get what I'm saying.
I do, but I need to translate it for the audience because I'd hate to, a year from now, somebody shows up homeless saying, you told me to follow my passion and these chinchillas, they didn't sell.
I listened to the Jim and Dean news and they told me 2022, I shouldn't listen to any news. I listened to those guys and now I'm in the poorhouse.
2022, I don't listen to you. That's cool. I would say Steven said, Jim, just want to thank you using content scripts every day, and no thanks to you that Russell that this year I cracked. What are you gonna crack? Don't leave me hang. That's called a cliffhanger, Steven. This is the year I crack what? This is the year you crack up. This is the year you crack through the glass ceiling. This is the year you crack the code. This is the year you crack your noggin on a balance beam. What? Do not leave me hanging, Steven.
This game This
okay. All
marketing
right.
game.
That's cool. Ooh, deep fried chinchillas. That sounds good with some cinnamon. That sounds good. Like a churro, only with a chinchilla. It's like a churro, only with meat and little tiny bones and a lot of fur.
It's a chinchurro.
A chinchurro. Ah, see if chinchurro.com is available. Goodness, I will grind your bones to make my churros. No! No! Little chinchillas. Anyway, do we have any business stuff to talk about? What's the single biggest thing you want to accomplish this year, Dean?
Oh, man, that's a really great question. My brother asked me that question. I was on the phone with him a few days ago, and I have like an income goal that I want to reach with getting high-end coaching students for my wife's business.
Okay.
Right. That personally is what I want to do. And for the inner circle that you and I have going is to really just really hone in all this great messaging, because the members and the students that are in this are really fantastic. They're high level. They each have these unique businesses that it gets me excited every time we talk to them, because you and I go, oh, we see the opportunity and all the things that can be done to help with the messaging, with getting more sales, with the marketing, with the business growth and scaling. So that really excites me, because each time we get on a call with them and we do these hot seats, something new pops up, something new, something exciting. And I have to admit that I learn just as much as the students do on each of these calls. They are going, oh man, this could be cool in my business, or this is something that a principle that I forgot about that I knew about years ago. It went somewhere, it went away on vacation, and then it came back. Right. So they're very constant reminders for that.
Yeah.
And I can see what happens with you when you're using when you're using the whiteboard, the smart board behind you, and you're writing, your mind's going, you go, oh, yeah. And you're mind mapping, and all the creative juices start to flow out of the moment, out of the moment. Nothing is pre-planned, but you can see all the stuff and the experience that we have just comes together in, from this primordial soup to form something that's life.
Yeah, I like it. Wow, that sounds good. Okay. This is the part where you ask me what my big thing for the year is, Dean.
So, Jim, I have a question. It just came to mind. What's the big thing? What's in store for you this year? What gets you excited and juiced?
Dean, it's funny you should ask. I'm going to share with you. Okay. So, for the last couple of years, I like to choose a word of the year, like what I'm going to focus on, and have it up on it's like kind of the focal point of everything I do. Mm-hmm. And for the last few years, the word has been leadership. When it was leader, then it was leadership. So, how to become a leader, and then how to really practice good fundamental leadership. That was kind of the last couple years. So now the word that I'm going to be focused on is distribution. I don't know why the hell this thing's so wobbly. Is distribution. So in everything that I'm doing, I want to really focus on wider exposure, more eyeballs. Okay. I want, more eyeballs, more traction, meaning, more eyeballs on the stuff that we put out, but then also just getting better results from the distribution. I've really been focused on, we talk in content marketing scripts, ideation, creation, distribution, and ideation, coming up with cool ideas for your copy, for your content. And then the creation's been the big thing that I've focused on, like funnel scripts, content marketing scripts, Jim Edwards method, with Fill My Webinar scripts, with the helping people to make the thing, it's taking taking the effort out of making the thing, whatever it is. And then, but the problem is the distribution's always been kind of an afterthought. So, well, if you don't have a list, go find somebody with a list, run some ads, do all this, kind of like just brushing it off.
Yeah.
Because and really, if I was going to narrow it down even more, it's systematic distribution. What the heck? Why is this thing wobbly all of a sudden? Has it ever wobbled like this before?
I'm not noticing the wobble from my viewpoint.
Why am I noticing it? It's just pissing me off. The kid's been in here hanging on the thing. I can see Johnny and Eli. Hey, let's monkey bars. Let's come in here and hang on the thing. But really, it's systematic distribution. And what do I mean? It's like most people, they create an article, they create a meme, they create something. It's like, okay, I'll just post it on Facebook. Well, why am I not rich yet? Or, I posted my blog. Well, why am I not rich yet? Well, because content marketing and even stuff with promoting on social media and everything is not about a single event. It's a process. And the algorithms don't even kick in until you've, shown that you're posting consistently and, frequently and all that good stuff. And so this is where I've got the ideation and the creation. That's like the worst light bulb ever. Did you know that's a light bulb, Dean? So no, that's ideation and then creation. We've got that nailed. Whether you want to promote your webinar or whether you want to promote your website or whether you want to promote your article or whatever, we got these first two steps. We got them nailed. All right. So now it's all about distribution. It's all about maximizing your ideas and maximizing what you actually create and squeezing all the juice out of it instead of just like creating something, putting it up, and then nothing happens. So this is where I really want to focus in it, but not instead of, but in addition to what we're already doing, like with the inner circle and what I'm doing with teaching people about copywriting and teaching people about content creation, all these things, I'm going to keep focused on that, but then I'm also going to make sure that people understand how important this is and put tools in their hands to help them be able to get systematic distribution for whatever they're doing. That's the key. So, if you think about it, ideation and creation comes down to wizards, but distribution comes down to a checklist of it needs to go here, 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 and here. And you got three choices. Either you do it, you hire somebody to do it, or use software. I'm a fan of using software. So
would you also put in distribution underneath there where you have more eyeballs, more traction, more channels?
Oh, absolutely.
And yes, more channels and platforms.
Yes. I would. Very astute, Dean. Yes. And I also think when we say more eyeballs, this kind of underneath that is new people. So it's not just getting the people I already have to watch the stuff or to pay attention to it, but getting in front of new audiences, getting in front of people who don't know who I am yet, but should.
And do you have a plan in place or a system in place for doing that yet?
I do.
Uh-huh.
I do, very much so. And it will become apparent in the coming couple of weeks. Oh, Haha. So there was foreshadowing at the beginning of this meeting.
Thanks for the callback.
Yeah, I do what I can. So I think this will be a cool year. I think this is also a year to, if I was going to say, I would say this is a year to kind of review the fundamentals.
Yeah. And I just want to mention something about that, right? Real quick before you go deep. This globally, the past 3 years smushed into 1 year have been incredibly disruptive. People have been rethinking their life, not just their job, not just the relationships that they're in, whether they're intimate relationships or friendly or filial or work
What
relationships.
the heck are you talking about? Filial relation? Nobody remembers that word from high school vocabulary. Come on, use real people words.
Family.
Okay, good. Okay, there you go.
I'll go fifth grade.
Please do.
And so people who were like furloughed from their jobs or laid off, or they took extensive times off or sabbaticals, and now they go back to work, they're finding, is this really what I want? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this who I am? So there's identity shift as well. So now folks are realizing that they have a choice in what they can do with their life and that they survived this past, longest year in recent memory, and that they didn't die and they didn't, some people, yes, I'm not minimizing the suffering that went on at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it gave time for people to reflect and pause, that they are more in control of their life and their lives than they thought, where the security that they thought they had is not there. It's a fiction, and that you create your own security and your own path and your own journey, and you can create your own income. All of those things. You can create new relationships were formed, so that there are all of these things now where people are trying to figure out, who am I? What do I do? What can I do with the skills that I have? I'm interested in something. I never pursued it. I know I have the time to go pursue those skills, or to learn a new talent, or to focus on things that I want to be doing instead of things that I have to be doing.
Yeah. Here, let me switch.
And I see this with my kid who's 22. There's so many, where people thought that there are no jobs available. Now there's tons of jobs available. So a lot of kids, my kids' age, are taking a job, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, they're just like, nah, I don't want to do this, and just willy-nilly they quit. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? For me, it's like, have some responsibility and stick with the job. But to them, it's like, I don't want to be doing this because there's something else over there. So I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to see, and I'm going to play around to see what I like. Why?
But you just described 1989 to 1991 for me. I quit or got fired from 8 different jobs in like 18 months.
How old were you?
21. I just wasn't. Life's too short. Life was just way too short to get stuck in something that was just total BS.
But why not? And now you can be in your 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s and feel the same way.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is there.
I'm with you, man. I think these are all kind of things that when we're just thinking about things in general, or thinking about our audience, and these are kind of X factor results. Maybe the damn thing swung around like this when I was.
I mean, this is a biz op heaven right now we're in as marketers.
But is it really a biz op heaven, or is it that people have figured out that the ultimate insecurity is a job? Because when you have a job, there's usually a single person who can destroy your life with 2 words. You know what they are? You're fired. Or you're laid off. Okay. So, or leave. It's
you're 86th.
You're gone. And I had that happen to me. I mean, I hated my job, but I was stuck in it. And I think that some people, I think we're dividing. Okay, if I piss somebody off with this, it is what it is. But I think what's happening is the gig economy was taking off before this happened. And it was taking off because people didn't have a choice. they were being displaced by different things. So, you know, you hear about the guy who drives for Lyft at Lyft during the day, Domino's at night, and selling Etsy koozies on Etsy at any different time. I mean, it's doing stuff on Fiverr, all these things with being in the gig economy, getting paid a micro amount for a specific short-term thing or a small thing, but there was an organized way to get enough of those that they added up. Domino's was the gig economy. That was the best job I could find in 3 years out of school until I went in the mortgage business. But that was, when it was an organized way to be in the gig economy back 20, 30, 40 years ago, however long ago that was. But I think what happened was everybody was getting primed mentally for the gig economy, for, doing my side hustle, doing all these things. It was becoming acceptable to do. And then COVID hit and people were able to it was like, it wasn't a mental leap to think I can make money that doesn't involve a job. Now let me see if I can go from Uber to selling some information, or from Etsy to doing Facebook Lives, or doing one-on-ones, or doing live classes, or doing a membership site around my live classes of the stuff that I'm selling on Etsy.
Open up my own Shopify store.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's where and then people are like, you know what? I can actually do this. And maybe I'm not even making as much money as I was with a job, but I don't have anybody breathing down my neck. And I can pretty much see that this is working for me. And I don't need that job to make money. That fundamental shift, I think, has taken place for so many people that it's enabling them to do exactly what you're saying here. It's like, look, if I can replace my income, because the real security is creating your own income, not depending on somebody else to pay you just enough to quit. I mean, just enough not to quit. All right. And I have choice and I have control. If I want to take my kid to the movies, you can't take them to the movies. If I want to watch Netflix with my kid, if I want to go for a walk, whatever, then I can do that. And then I'll just get up at 4 a.m. and take care of it, or I'll work until midnight. Doesn't matter. I'm getting to choose. I have control over my time. The rules don't apply. This is all BS. It's all a myth. It's all an illusion. All right. This stuff with working from home, it's like I can get more done in 3 hours at home than I can getting up, getting dressed, getting a car, driving to an office, doing a little bit until it's time for some coffee, and then not getting too busy before lunch. Then I'll come back from lunch and do a little bit of work, but I don't want to get too much going. So over the course of 9 hours, I get about 3 hours worth of work done. Well, crap, I could sit at home, iron the front of my shirt, put on a tie, wear, a thong or something from the waist down. As long as your name's not Jeffrey Toobin and you can keep it together, you're not going to get fired from that Zoom meeting. And then, we learn to handle disruption. That's another thing. A lot of people crumpled under this, but a whole lot more people learned how to handle disruption and figured out how to literally have relationships with people through the internet, through Zoom, through tools, through technology. I mean, you and I have been in the same space and time twice in our whole lives for a combined total of probably about 3. Oh, no, you came on the gym boat too. We've spent no more than a week together in the last however many years, yet we're friends. I mean, we're business partners and we're friends. At least I think we're friends. If you can say some smart ass something right now, this is a perfect setup. This is about disruption, dissatisfaction.
We are friends because I took your phone call yesterday.
Exactly. So, and I just called to bitch about something. It has nothing to do with anything. So
that's why you got a friend, so you can dump.
Exactly. I have one friend, Dean. Dean has no friends. That makes me feel great. So, but like dissatisfaction, it's for years we were all trained to just sit there and suck on it. Honestly. If you're dissatisfied, you're unhappy with your job, you've got a mortgage, you got a wife, you got a kid, guess what? You get to just sit there and suck on it, buddy. That's it. You are living the American dream. That's, hate your life from 9 o'clock on Monday till 5 o'clock on Friday.
My grandfather worked for an insurance company for almost 40 years. And when he retired at the age of 62, he got a gold watch after 40 years of service. A year
Wow.
later, he passed away.
Wow.
Yep. That was the American dream.
Did he enjoy working there, or did it kind of suck?
I don't know. He was a jazz drummer, and he gave it up when he got married to get a job and then immediately have a family.
Wow.
I thought about that this morning. My grandfather was a jazz drummer and a good
Wow.
one. Yep.
Wow. Okay. See, now we could have sold him a course on how to do jazz drummer lessons on the internet, and he would have been just some long-haired beatnik smoking dope and playing the drums 8 hours a day and loving life.
A couple nights ago, this is a little off topic, but it's about drumming. There's a great Netflix documentary just released called Count Me In, and they interview all of these rock and roll and pop drummers talking about, as kids, how they got into drumming, who their idols were, talking about John Bonham of Led Zeppelin and Keith Moon. And
wow. I got to see that.
Good. It's called
That's
Count
awesome.
Me In. It's so good.
All right, cool. I'm going to watch it. But here's the other thing. Identity. How many people's identities were totally disrupted, and they found a new identity, or they're like, wow, I can do stuff. Like, some people were waiting on the stimulus check, and that's like, I'm just going to hunker down, do my unemployment, wait on the stimulus check, and I'm basically just going to be, I'm going to hope things will go back to normal. Things are never going to go back to normal. But some people seized on a whole new identity. You're like, dang, you know what? I'm not who I thought I was. I'm so much more, and I can be more, and I can do more, and I can have more, and I deserve more.
That's the toughest one on the list, the identity, because it really helped. It really got people to question, what am I doing with my life? There's no such thing as a midlife crisis. You had an immediate crisis on your hand for a lot of people with what went on.
Economically, socially, family.
You literally, yeah, absolutely. You were almost mandated to find your identity with what happened from 2019 till today.
And here's the other thing. After a while, kind of figured out, you know what? I guess if I don't go out and lick a water fountain, I might be able to keep myself from getting this, or if I do, I won't get as sick. Or, a lot of people, I'm not minimizing anything, but for a few months there, like in early 2020 or 2019, it's all one big blur. But in the spring of 2020, a lot of people, including myself, were pretty dang scared that I or someone really close to me that I love was going to get sick and die. Because that's what, look at the numbers on the TV, all that stuff. Just the way it was going. Life is short. That will make you reevaluate what you are doing with your life, what you're thinking, what's important, what you're paying attention to.
Especially if you have kids or you have
grandkids. Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Because I went 7 months without seeing my grandkids in person.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because everybody was so scared. Nobody knew what was going on. Terry's got underlying health conditions. We didn't know.
And you've had something and it wasn't showing up, or you're going, even if you were testing negative, you're going, I still don't want a chance giving it to anybody.
Yeah. That makes me want to cry. Just think, honestly, I'm getting a little emotional right now, just thinking about the fact that I went that long without seeing him. My heart hurt. And so, what's really important to me in my life and that kind of stuff. And we're different now. And I think a lot of people are different in a better way. And if I was going to encourage you to do 2 things this year in your business, 2 things in your business, especially when it comes to your sales copy and whatever it is that you're selling, I would encourage you to adopt 2 words, maybe 3. Okay. Hope and fun.
Mm.
Keep things upbeat, stress, enjoyment. Whatever you're doing, put a fun component in it. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Make it light. Make it entertaining. Make it funny. That's why Dean and I are so amazing, and you all will you'll buy everything we come out with this year because we're fun and we sow hope. So, I'm all about problem, agitate, solve, and solving problems and stuff, but let's sow some hope. Yes, fear is a great motivator, but I think people have been, okay, I'm going to whip out my big word, inured.
Wow.
To fear to a large degree.
I'm not getting on you like you got on me for filial.
That's because you're going to, as soon as we look, you're going to be looking up the word. And what did he say?
Here's what I love. Hope is a good thing, probably the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
Ooh, did you steal that quote?
Yes, Andy Dufresne, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my God, I should know that. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Yes. Huh, look, you said it. Hold on.
Nice. Look at you. That is the fastest print on demand job I've ever seen.
Nothing like 3D.
There you go. Nah, that's awesome, dude. I'm excited. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great year. And you know why it's going to be a great year? Because we're choosing to make it a great year. So Enron, what? Enron? What the heck? Enron. Why would you bring up Enron? Oh my God.
Smartest guys in the room.
I didn't ever claim to be the smartest guy in the room.
No, that was the end. The name of that documentary about Enron was called The Smartest Guys in the Room. That was such a good documentary. Did you ever see it?
I may have.
Oh, you got to see it. It's so good. Because you will not believe how dumb smart guys can be.
Okay.
Your head will spin.
All right.
You will not be able to, you won't believe how these guys sold bags of crap to banks. Citibank and Deutsche Bank and Bank of America. They all went in. They all went in full tilt boogie.
It sounds similar to The Big Short.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, greed is always at the root of any of that good stuff. The problem is it's us that end up paying the price, not the people who made all the money and then screwed the little guy.
I just don't get that. Why, if you're anyway, that's a rabbit hole.
I know. But I'm telling y'all, this is, if you want to, we're gonna when we have our "I Told You So" episode at the end of the year, which is not that far away. I just want to say this is the kind of things that pisses my wife off. Yesterday I said, "Hey, honey, do you realize that 2022 is already 1% over?" Shut up, Jim. Just leave me alone with that stuff. And then next month I'll be like, "Okay, honey, only 330 shopping days till Christmas."
Why do you taunt her? You know the response.
Because it's fun. It's fun to tease my wife. It's been that way for 30 years, and she just keeps giving me the reaction that I want, and she won't stop.
She's got to then she's got to learn.
That's right. That's my job. So I'm telling you, though, we look at this. If you inject hope and fun into your business, not only are you going to have a better year, but your people are going to have a better year and your sales are going to go up.
And you'll attract optimistic, incredible customers by doing that. You'll attract the customers that you're going to love serving and love working with.
And they'll love you. And in the end,
the love
we want to bring this back.
You make is equal to the love you make.
Well, okay. Life is short. But the only thing in the end, we're going to get all crazy about it. But the only thing that matters in the end, let me scoot this. The only thing that matters when you're at the end of your life, the only thing that's going to make any difference or have any real meaning in your life is who you love and who loves you. That's it. You're not going to be I'm dying. Let me check my bank balance.
Well, there's that, that was that powerful story about Sam Walton, the founder of
Walmart,
right?
Yeah.
on his deathbed, whether this is legend or not, his final words were, what, do you have any final wishes? And he said, I wish I spent more time with my family.
Yeah.
That's why those are the worst words you could ever utter.
Yeah.
I had a business mentor who said, I'll never forget this. He said, when I'm on my deathbed, my last words are going to be, wow, that was spectacular.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
My wife said the words she wants on her headstone,
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back. Is that right?
I love that. I can see Elaine doing that too. I'll be right back. There you go. All right. Well, this was fun. Yeah. I'm excited. I don't know how much this had to do with sales copy, but I think it had everything to do with selling to people and for understanding where people in society are right now, which I think is just as important as anything else.
Selling hope and selling fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just just see if you can incorporate it into it. Absolutely. Make it fun. All right. Well, great job, Dean.
All right, Jim.
And we'll look forward to seeing everybody next week on the Jim and Dean Show. Two guys talking about copy as men do. And we appreciate you all joining us on this big adventure this year. And definitely we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, wait.
Cool.
Damn it. Okay, hang on. My stuff's not working. Okay, hang on.
Hey, everybody. You didn't think we'd do a Jim and Dean show without Mr. Pickles, did you? Now I'm going to tell you kids something. What about hope and fun? It's all about the Benjamins. You're not going to make any money this year unless you hammer them. Go for the sale.
Mr. Pickle sounds a little sour today.
Mr. Pickle's going to get paid this year. That's right. So just remember, I'm not the ambassador of hope and fun. I am cold, hard cash Mr. Pickles. I'm upset because they left me out in the snow. Can you imagine? I'm butt naked in a glass jar in a snowstorm. You think that's going to put you in a good mood?
Just look at your friends. You can look at it this way. All your friends are getting eaten. You're still here.
True. Okay. Well, I have hope. Let's have some fun, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, Dean.